Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Still no chat, but I do have live chat. And it still won't let me pop it out. Oh, well. I'll just have to squoosh my neck and really try. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. I can make this really small. All right. Let me make my window really small. Move my chat over here. All right. It's not as good as pop-out chat, but it will do the trick. I've got my Manicam window there. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Can you see and hear me? All right. Now I hope everyone else can get back in. Still won't let me pop out chat, and it won't let me see chat unless I'm on live chat, guys. Top chat is not working today. Hey, Ashley. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Judy. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, gosh. All right. These are my palettes. Don't need those till later. Hey, Judy. Hello, Denise. All right. So it seems like people are coming back. All right, go this and then this one. I went through these journals, started going through my watercolor journals a couple of weeks ago. Hey, welcome back. Thanks, Beth. Woohoo. Uh-oh. Wait, now I hear some people tweeting me, so I want to check and make sure there's nothing wrong on my Twitter. Okay. All right, Yvonne, Bonnie. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Dot, I would have only been about 5 minutes late if YouTube hadn't been a pain. Well, no, I would have been 10 minutes late. Would have been 10 minutes late, I think. But then YouTube wouldn't scroll, and then it wouldn't load my chat. And then I found out the next time I tried, it only loaded my chat on live chat, but it won't pop out the chat. So, yeah, anyway, it's pain in the patootie. So, hello, Holly. Hello, Joycey. All right, so this is my very first attempt at a watercolor landscape. This is supposed to be mountains. This is a sky. This is supposed to be the sun. This is a Strathmore watercolor journal. So this is my very first attempt, okay? Hey, Shauna. So I want to show you how far I've come. This was January. No, it might have been December 2016. And then this is the 30th of January. So this was my first like watercolor flower. Now, already an improvement, at least it looks like a flower, but look how flat it is. Okay, I did not get the shape of the petals correct at all. So that was tough. But you know, excuse me. Oh, Queen of Excuses. Oh yeah, Dr. Dot. When's the last time you've streamed, Dr. Dot? Ha ha. Talking about Queen of Excuses. All right. So then you can see I have lots of space left in this journal. Then I switched to this journal because it was a little bigger and I liked it. This is I can't remember what brand this is. Oh, yes, I can. This is what's the name of the brand? I bought it on Amazon. I think it was Kathy. Kathy suggested it. Not Pentel. Oh gosh, it'll come to me. Hey, Jillian. Yeah, sorry. YouTube was being a pain in the butt today. I don't very often get the scrolly thing that won't go live, but anyway, I still can't get pop-out chat, but oh, that's the back. I was wondering why. Okay, so then this is my first watercolor journal where I started doing prompts. Just a minute, though. I have just a moment. Where is my watercolor? Just a second. I'm going to put you on mute for a second. I forgot to grab my something. Sorry, I had to reach my portfolio. Not sure. I'm not completely positive what order these things come in. One moment. This is just a portfolio I made myself with some chipboard that I covered in. This is fabric that I jelly printed on. Put in a couple of magnets. All right. So it just closes up. Just like a big folder. Hey, Kathy. Pentalic. Pentalic. That's the journal this is. This is a Pentalic journal. But that's not the first watercolor. So the first watercolor glass thing that I did was this marble. And I have to show you I can't show you. I framed this and gave it to my sister and brother-in-law for Christmas this year. But this was the very first glass thing that I watercolored and discovered I was pretty good at it. Then I know that one of my nieces, my youngest niece, loves shoes. So 2 years ago for Christmas, I painted her this glass carafe, and it's actually apple martinis that's in it. But I painted this for her. Now, this was my practice one. This is my practice version. And then this is one that I did that had glass and metal. So this is a copper vase here, and then the rest are glass. So this practice one, this is one. Her version turned out actually much better. All right, this was a practice of sunset. I'm not completely happy with the sky here. I didn't get a very good blend on the sky. But I do love the blend I got in the water. Hey, Kathy B. This is a poppy. So a little better with the shape than I did on the sunflower, but still not quite flowing enough, in my opinion, with the petals. Hey, Sharon. Sorry, guys, my voice is a little husky today. Not husky, but dry. Get some water into me. Oh, just a minute. I need to plug in my iPad here. Because it's almost dead from watching TV this morning. There we go. All right. So I'm going to brighten it up a little bit there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the this is actually a plastic glass, so the reflection and the glare is slightly different on it. And so you don't get as much white reflection off the, like a plastic, as you do off of glass. Therefore, that's why there's not a whole lot of difference here. I could have probably added it in a little bit, but it wasn't in the picture, so I didn't add it there. So this is the 30th of March. So this is 3 months in. Sorry, I'm going to mute my computer there so you guys don't hear my... So this was my practice of Peggy's Cove for the picture that I did for Mom. And I now have the picture back, but it's in the living room. I didn't think of bringing it in. All framed. Hey, Kimberly. Then this was a picture that I Carrie Love shared. So this is the, I can't remember the name of the river. I don't think it's the Ottawa River. Could be. Hey, Joycey. Welcome back, Sean. I'm glad you found us. Hope your headache's better. So Carrie took this photo and she allowed me to paint it. This is a landscape. I was practicing mountains and mist versus your near. excuse me, I need to blow my nose, and I'm going to mute you guys because you don't need to hear me blow my nose right now because it's not really runny. It's just, anyway, be right back. Okay. Then it's my allergy blowing nose. It's always really noisy. You guys don't need to hear me. So then, November 2017, No Joe Pro, I created these prompts that I did in watercolor because Nano Jomo, she stopped doing prompts in 2016, nonstop art journal month in November. So I made it November journal prompts, No Joe Pro. I called it for 2017. Didn't want to call it Nano Jumo because that was hers. So I called it No Joe Pro, November journal prompts. Dream. Dream is a wish your heart makes. Hey, Holly. Hello to anyone I missed. Take Me Home, Country Roads was, I think home was the prompt. Oh, I can't remember all the prompts. One moment. Yeah, Dream Home. Hope was the next one. So I did, this is my first and only gem I've ever done. This is the Hope Diamond. It's supposed to be the Hope Diamond. Ah. Hey, Sharon. Think I missed you. Sweet is next. This is my cousin's favorite so far. I really love this one too. Sweet, so I did a candy apple. We all know how sweet those. Now, this is not a caramel apple. Those are different. This is a candy apple. Caramel apples have like a caramelized sugar. This is different. It's like a hard candy shell stuff on the apple. So it's two different kinds. This is a... Thank you, Lena. Kimberly loves diet candy apples. Yeah. The next one, travel. Now this one I don't much like. The my poor travel mini motorhome looks like it has a dog's nose on the front of it. Totally messed that one up. Tried to do it from memory instead of using a photo prompt. Anyway. Yeah, toothbreaker apples. That's about it. And then the next one is sea. So I did a boat at a dock at the inlet of a sea. I didn't draw the sea. I drew an inlet. It says away from, oh yeah, this is based on a wonderful cabaret and folk song called Away from the Roll of the Sea. Beautiful song. You can look it up on YouTube if you've never heard it. It's gorgeous. So away from the roll of the sea, they've come into an inlet and docked their boat. Oh, I can't. Today, Judy, I cannot sing it. Stumble. For Stumble, I did this pair of old suede shoes Because, if you don't tie your shoelaces properly, let thy step be slow and steady, that thou stumble not. Leasu Tokayawa. Yeah, we're getting a storm coming through tomorrow. It was supposed to be just snow. Now they're saying snow, changing to ice pellets and freezing rain. Yay! I'd rather just snow. If we're going to have anything, I'd rather just snow. Soar. This one is Soar. He's soaring over a lake, and the lake is reflecting all the trees around it. That's why it's green. Oh, last time I took my finger out of the... Now, let's see. Casual. Prompt 11. Remember. Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay, I missed a page. I was like, poppies are not casual. So there's casual. I decided to go for casual footwear. Some flip-flops. Thanks, guys. Hey, Joan. Just doing a journal flip here. My watercolor journal. Jump. Love how these mountains turned out. My poor jumper's a little bit stiff, though. And he's got really big feet. He's a little stiff. But I love how those mountains turned out. All right, after jump. Oh, yeah, remember, there's my Feel the Poppies. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Joycey? A little bit like Alaska or the Whistler Mountain in BC. So you can see in this one, my poppies are much better than the poppies I did earlier. Petals are a little more, show a little more depth. Got the strokes better in the watercolor, better shape. Thanks, Joan. This is joy. Because who doesn't remember swinging on a swing as a kid? Pure joy. Except she's a little high. I needed to make the swings a little bit lower because I'm not quite sure how she got on that swing. Other than that, it's good. I like it. Oh, dear. And I got some good mist over here by my shoreline. Hello, Aromatica. I'm just showing my watercolor journals, show my progression. This is zoom. So, of course, we're zoomed in on the moon here. I messed up the crosses on the spire. Totally got the wrong angle on those. But anyway, what can you do? All I know is that my friends in the, oh, I didn't get all the, there, I missed a little bit of the, oh, the Stoned Angel. I can't remember where that is. Oh, I think it might be in my, next is Jingle. So, of course, I had to do some bells. Love how these turned out. You can see the room shining in the bells. This is the door going into the room in each bell. Cool. I really like how this. Which one, Judy? Which is the favorite? Thanks, Lena. Oh, the bells? Yeah, it turned out really great, didn't it? Yeah, I love this one. When you look at it far away, it's like, oh, so realistic looking. So I'm quite pleased with how I did that. This is words. My book turned out really out of skew because I messed up the drawing and then I tried to fix it as I was painting. Bad idea always. So it ended up crooked. It's on the wrong angle. The candy apple's your favorite, Kathy? Yeah, my cousin's favorite is the candy apple too. Now this next one, I love how the background turned out. The next one, the prompt is fingers. And since I play the flute, I found this photo on, most of my images are from Pixabay or Paint My Photo. So I found this on, I think, on Paint My Photo. So it was this bronze statue in front of a stone wall. It's your favorite too? Oh, yeah. But anyway, this one worked out way better than my Gene Simmons Stoned Angel. Ooh, did you, Judy? Cool. Oh, the globe. Yeah. Oh, I'll have to go through and I'll have to show that on my I'll have to set that up on Manicam. I'll have to scroll through my photos and put that one in. Then this one is the next prompt was shine. So I found this picture of sun shining through the trees onto a path. Thanks, CB. Yeah, Judy, the statue does have really nice patina. It could be copper because it looked more like, but I can't imagine copper is strong enough to do as a statue. So I don't know, bronze. Maybe they artificially patinaed the bronze to make it look like copper. I don't think bronze, but yeah. Anyway, this journal is not Kilimanjaro. This journal is Pentalic. So it's not 100% watercolor. I think it's actually, I'm not sure, Kathy. It's on Amazon, guys. Pentalic. It was before I went to 100% cotton paper. These are my Shinhan. By now I'm using my Shinhan. At the beginning it was, at this beginning I was still using my Cotman paints. But I think by this time I was using my Shinhan. By this time I had my Shinhan, I believe. Kathy, I was just saying you were gone, I guess, with your dog. This is a Pentalic journal. Is it 100% cellulose or does it have some cotton in it? I can't remember. I think it's 100% cellulose, but I'm not positive. But it is a nice journal and it was a pretty decent price. But the Kilimanjaro underneath is my favorite. Okay, now this next one, I love how this next one turned out. Just a moment, I have to find the prompt. Oh, the next prompt was crash. So I had to paint some crashing waves. They are cotton? Oh, okay, cool, Kathy. I wasn't sure. Let me just go in and look it up. One moment. If it's 100% journal cut, yeah, that's why. They do have some that are 100% cotton, but I don't know. This is the field book. See, this at $13.41. It's on sale for watercolor field book, hardcover, durable, wire bound, acid free. It doesn't say. They do have some that are 100% cotton. It's 140 pound, 300 GSM cold press watercolor paper, sturdy and elegant, back and front covers. Yeah, I don't think this one is 100% cotton because it doesn't say. If it was 100% cotton, it would say. The paper is sourced from certified sustainable forests, though. So they only take paper from forests that get replanted. So it's obviously cellulose, wire bound. Yeah, this particular one is not 100%, but they do make 100% cotton ones. Okay, so. Okay, but that's crash. All right. No problem, Dr. Dot. Enjoy your class. See you later. Then this one is, I don't think I finished these prompts. I obviously didn't. I never finish my November prompts because I always have to stop to start doing Christmas presents. Oh, cloudy. Cloudy. So this is my cloudy one. Castle. Okay, Ashley. See you later. Yeah, and that's where I ended on there. So I didn't finish Mountain Think, Baby Animal Drip. Yeah, so I finished on the 20th to start Christmas presents. So that's my Pentalic journal. Then this was the next year. Oh, no. This was World Watercolor Month. So it was July. But I didn't finish them all in July. So here we have Sunny Days. Thanks, Kathy. Now, this is Kilimanjaro. So it's 300 pound, not 140 pound like the other one. It's 100% cotton. And it's Cheap Joe's house brand, which I believe is made by Arches, from what I understand. No problem. No problem. Hi, Ann. Oh, hi from Grand Falls. Hello, hello, hello. Hello from Moncton. Well, Riverview, actually. All right. Then delicious food. Well, of course, being on the East Coast, delicious food means lobster, of course. He ended up a little too red. They're usually more of an orangey red. He ended up a little too red, but oh well. Thanks, Aromatica. Yeah, I know, right? He's smiling. And then the next one was primary. So just used 3 colors. I used cerulean blue. I used permanent alizarin crimson. And I used lemon yellow. Thank you, Anne. Hey, Malia. Oh, yeah, nothing like good seafood. Yeah, family time was the next one, and we always went camping, so that's my family time in the summer. We spent it camping. Ode to camping. Okay. Next one is family moments, excuse me. Shades of blue. So I did this one. Found this reference photo. So this was a ceramic vase, not glass. So it's not transparent. It was a solid. May have even been clay because it didn't have it wasn't as shiny as like glazed ceramic would have been. So I'm not positive exactly what it was, but it was just a photo I found on Paint My Photo or something. So, hey, Elena. Nice to see you. Just going through my journals. This is my favorite one for this set. Simple. Nothing more simple than a nice glass of water. So I love when turned out. Of course, anytime I can use a prompt and paint glass, I'm going to do it because that's what I love painting. I like landscapes too, but. And I never would have thought I would have been good at glass, but I've really learned how to, when looking at photos, instead of like with watercolor, you can't look at the photo and you can't paint the whole photo. I find you kind of have to paint shapes. And I suppose it's probably the same for no matter what you're painting or drawing, you know, but because of my eyesight issues, I can't just kind of sit back and, you know, how you watch people who are doing plein air painting and they're standing back from their canvas and they're kind of looking at the whole thing and they're just like, well, I can't do that because my eyes don't see that way. I have to look up so close that I can only paint shapes and small sections at a time. So that's why painting glass, I think, kind of clicks with me because I have to look at like this little section and just paint the shapes in whatever colors there. I can't look at it as if I'm painting a glass. I have to paint this little section and paint the shapes here. Then I have to paint the shapes here. And then I have to paint whatever shapes are here. And then I have to paint the shapes in here. So I have to go through and take this whole thing apart and just like paint the shapes and colors that I see in each little section. And because of my eyesight, perhaps it's easier because I can only see small sections at a time. And perhaps that's why glass kind of clicks with me. You know? I'm getting there, Kathy. Yeah, I'm getting there. Hey, Devin. Hey, Carol. Hey, Carol. You are doing so awesome with your non-dominant hand drawings. That is like way to go. So this is my favorite in this journal, I think. What was, I know this had something to do with family because, just a second. Simple things. Oh yeah, playing games. So when we went camping, my dad loved getting together with all the other guys and playing horseshoes. And so that's why I painted this for playing games. My dad loved playing horseshoes. Judy, you were silly. Next one, I left this one because I had a whole bunch of brown come through from the other side. So I skipped that. This one is flying, I think. Flying things, yeah. Flying things. Cool, Devin. Climbing mountains. This is a really good one because it is a good practice for your near and your far. Getting your values for your near and your far. Climbing mountains, this one was. Next one, light and luminous. So when I think of luminescent lights, I think of the northern lights, of course. So there's my northern lights attempt. Not too bad. Thanks, Holly. And the next one was bloom. This one didn't turn out as great as I hoped. Didn't quite get the shape of the petals. These should be more, there should be more curve in these to make them a little more loose. I think. Okay, I'm back. Welcome back. Thank you, YouTube, for being free. I really like how the branch turned out. So in chat, Kathy asked if I like landscape size paper best. And yes, I do. This is a little too panoramic for me. I prefer this size. See, which is the same length, but like I think this one's 5 by. But let's measure it. This one's 5.5 by from the like 9.5. So this one's 5.5 by 9.5, 5 by 10 really, but I don't count the spiral part. And this one is 7 by 10. No, well, 7 by 9.5, 7 by 10. I prefer the 7 by 10 or the like 9 by 12. I don't like this. I'm not particularly fond. This paper is yummy, but I'm not fond of this size. But yay, Sharon! Woohoo! Excellent, Judy. Working it. So yeah, but I do prefer landscape. rather than square or portrait. Prompt 13 was fast and loose, and Eileen wanted me to do random whatever. So I wet my paper, did some green and yellow, and then found flowers in it. This one is okay. This one, ugh. Anyway. So it didn't turn out, I mean, it's not horrible, but they didn't turn out like realistic. But hey, Dee Dee. Ooh, you gonna use your new oven mitts? All right, so these ones, I love how these ones turned out. Beautiful blossoms, forest animals, fast and loose. Oh, sweet treats. So this is sweet treats. You can see there's a bite out of this one. These were margarita, margarita popsicles. Hey, May. On the beach. On the beach. So I did this. I used my, when Darren gave me this book from Cheap Joe's, because of course in Canada we don't have Cheap Joe's. Darren was down at her home on the East Coast. She brought back this journal and some Kremer, set number 1 watercolors. And they are lovely, lovely. They have a lovely mix for doing sunsets. My Kremer number 1 set has a yummy, yummy, yummy colors for doing sunsets. Hey, Vaughn. Yay. Casting shadows is the next one. There, I can't remember if I said hi to you, but anyway, hi. Thanks, Mark. If I missed anyone else, after casting shadows was, so this is from the World Watercolor Month City Life. So I did this again with Kremer. Have on. In the jungle. I like how this one turned out. Even my 4-year-old niece knew that this was a monkey, so I was quite impressed. Looks more like a gorilla than a monkey by the shape, but anyway, at least I got it close. Exactly, Joycey. Yeah. Was this one drops or... Hold on. This next one turned out really cool too. Oh, rainy days. Rainy days. So this is like a sunset in a puddle. Oh, Dee Dee calls her Vonnie as well. Wet and dry. So we have a dry part of a leaf and a nice little droplet on a wet part of the leaf. So that's my wet and dry. Thanks, Aromatica. Thanks, Shauna. Thanks, guys. then this one I wasn't quite as happy with. What's this one? One moment. Oh, Glorious Golds. Glorious Golds. So it turned out okay, but I don't know. Wasn't overjoyed with it, but it turned out okay. Thanks, Dee Dee. Under the Sea. There's my jellyfish, Jana, if you're watching the recording. Thanks, Judy. Oh, furry animals. Now, this guy, I didn't trace or anything. This one, I said, I'm going to draw him myself. So I drew it without tracing or anything. So I did okay. My favorite furry animal. It's been my favorite. Little koala's been my favorite since I was like a little kid. Not that I'm against tracing, and I usually trace if it's an image, you know. The next one was monochromatic. So I chose alizarin crimson because Elisa, I did this at home. I was at my sister's. Our family home, so I always say home. It's not my home anymore, but it was my home. Elisa wanted a pink bunny. So that's why I chose alizarin crimson for this. Not so happy with that one, but eh. Farm Life. Yeah, well, you're better at monochromatic than I am, Lena. I think this one's Splash. Need to check this prompt. After Farm Life. Splashing Around. So this is Splashing Around. A lot of these I did on streams, so you can go back and look in my watercolor playlist, and you'll see a lot of these I did in a live stream. So probably most of them, probably all of them. Most of them I did. Clouds in the sky. I love doing clouds. I see Bunny occasionally on Facebook, but I don't see her in live chats anymore. What is this one? Oh, Nature Hike. Nature Hike. Groan. yeah. Lots of groaning and moaning. You're right, CB. Because I'm so hard on myself. I'm never happy, rarely happy with what I do. Well, no, I shouldn't say rarely happy. I'm rarely 100% happy with what I do. Because I mean, obviously I'm learning. Obviously, there's always going to be something that I can say, oh, geez, should have done that better. Or, oh, next time I have to do it this way or whatever. I mean, it's always something you can learn. But I am happy with a lot of these. The next one was trees. What's the next one? Oh, childhood memory. And but the childhood memory that goes with this is when we were young, of course, back in the day, we could go out on in summer or Saturdays, and we would go out and come home when it was, with friends, and we'd come home when it was supper time, and someone would feed us for lunch. If we didn't come home for lunch, a friend's mother would feed us for lunch. Whatever house we were closest to, we went for lunch. And anyway, but across the street from us, the lot used to be empty. And there was a path that went through from the driveway of the house next to this empty lot. And it used to go right through to the road, the street that was about a few hundred feet, a few hundred yards, I should say. Meters away. But it was lovely because they had this nice path. It was a path that was kind of worn away from people cutting through to get to this next street. And we used to go through, and we had little forts in there, and we used to play and run back and forth on this path. It was just so fun. And then, of course, they cut it all down to build a house on it, our neighbors. But we used to have so much fun playing in there. Bye, Dee Dee. Now, this next one, exotic location. So this exotic location, this was in Thailand, I believe. Thailand somewhere, I think. So it's a tree, it's tea farm, whatever. Anyway, tea leaves. Tea growing operation. So this is, like in the background, you could see way off in the distance, like regular trees, but it was very misty and whatever. And I could have put on a little bit more color because it looks more just like sky, but it wasn't. It was trees and yellow and green trees. And I didn't quite get enough color put in that. But anyway. Hey, Zara. Hi. Hey, Sophia. Just going through my journals here. And then celebration of color. This didn't turn out so great. I was not happy at all with this one. I should have used my cremers. So not happy with that one at all. But I did at least finish all those prompts. I didn't finish them all in July, though. But I did finish them. Okay, so now I have a few here in my journal or my portfolio that I made. Let's move out just a little bit. That are done on individual pages. So this was just a farm. I was trying to do fall leaves. So I love how the barn turned out. I'm very happy with my grass. Extremely unhappy with my trees. I may have to go back over this with watercolor ground and fix it up because I really don't like that tree at all. Hey, Jan. Did you have a fun trip out shopping, Zandra? I assume that was Hobby Lobby that you were at. This was a photo shared by Joe, who lives out in Idaho. So I got it off her Facebook page and asked her if I could paint it. So this is Idaho. Practicing sunsets again. This was an earlier landscape painting that I did. I did do this live, practicing my reflections. I love how the reflections turned out. I know I could do a better job with these trees now than I did back then. Oh, I didn't date this for some reason. I usually date all my pictures. I can look back. I did this live on a stream. so I can look back to get the date. But I ended up, I made an error. What did I do? I dripped paint or something on my pond. So I was like, oh no, how can I fix this? So I just added rocks into my little pond there. Oh no, Z. Oh, TJ Maxx and Michaels. Oh, cool. So anyway, that's how I fixed that my drip error. This was I printed this out from Dover. They give free coloring book pages. So I printed it out on watercolor and watercolored it. Jeff Kersey. Ooh, no. Sophia. Oh, let me write that down. I don't think that's a name you shared yet. One moment. Jeff Kersey. Oh, of course, I had to pick the chisel tip one. I don't want the chisel tip one. All right, I'm going to stick that on my computer. Hey, Lori. Okay, this was Dee Dee's share. Dee Dee shared this. I printed it on watercolor paper. It was a coloring page that Dee Dee shared for, I think it was her streamathon a year ago. Not this past streamathon, but a year ago streamathon. So I printed that, colored it. Let's see. All right, this is a coloring page. I did this with my alcohol markers. So this was me practicing my alcohol markers, trying to get a nice fabric texture. And I think I did a pretty good job. You can tell it's alcohol markers. So this is not watercolor. This is alcohol markers. This one was watercolor, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. I did it on hot press. I printed it out on hot press watercolor. Once again, this is a Dover free shareable. This is the same one. I did it in pencil crayon. So this was with watercolor. This was with pencil crayon. I didn't finish the background on this one, but shine with my pencil crayon. But I love how I got the linen look for her and the kind of wool look on his jacket with my pencil crayons. Sorry, color pencils. It's my Canadiana coming back in. This was an early landscape. This was from a coloring book I have that had grayscale. So I printed it out on watercolor paper and watercolored it. So it started out as a grayscale watercolor book image. I was practicing the landscape that I did in portrait size because I was trying to practice my sunset there. Didn't get very good blending. This is hot press watercolor paper. And this was one of the ones that made me not like hot press watercolor, but hot press watercolor is kind of more for detail work anyway, I think. This was a very early, okay? This is a very early landscape watercolor. You can see with this one, oh, you can see I got water smeared on it there somehow. But you can see this is a very early one. So I've come a long way. This is kind of an earlier one as well. 2016. So this would have been like December 2016. So this is one of my very early landscapes. Okay, so showing you my progress. This was a coloring page that I watercolored. Another very early landscape. This is 2014. This was a landscape I did in 2014. So back then I would have only had, I wouldn't even have had my Cotmans back then. So this must have been, I must have done this with, with cheap, oh, what are they? Oh, it won't even come to me. Actually, I may have done this. Oh, I think I did this with my, oh, you know, the ones that come on the little papers. Oh, what are they called? The watercolors on the little. This is a very early one. To another 2014. You know, Peerless. Thank you, Lena. These were done with Peerless watercolors. So it's hard to paint a huge. Peerless are wonderful if you're painting a card or flowers, the detail. It's hard to print. It's hard to paint a large image with Peerless. This was a Peerless as well, 2014. This is my split primary color wheel that I created, modeled after a couple of different color wheels to know which ones to blend to get your most pure orange. So to get your most pure orange, you do a warm red and a warm yellow. Gives you the purest orange. That doesn't mean you can't mix a warm red with a cool yellow, but you're going to get a more duller orange. But there may be a use for that, right? So this is my split primary color wheel, so I know which colors to combine. So that is my watercolor journey. Plus some that I've given away. So, let me put that back away. Oops. And go on that shelf. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Devin. Well, you're welcome. I mean, I should say. Okay, so now my next thing is I've got some old, well, I shouldn't say old. These aren't old engrams, but these were the kind of first set. And then I added to them just before Christmas. And I did a swatch on a stream. But I have not yet added them to my new palettes that I got. So that's what I was planning on doing now. Thanks, CB. So I don't know if anybody wants to watch me do this, or would you guys rather see a flip of my art journals, my mixed media art journals? I don't have too many of those, but I could flip through those instead of having you watch me put out my engram watercolors. You can see that one of the palettes is going to have a lot of empty ones, but I'm going to do some mixes in that, so it won't be completely empty. Hey, Faith. Okay. You love the Graham? Night, Sophia. Rest well. You need to be on your game with your 2 young'uns at home every day. Well, your daughter's home too, but I'm pretty sure she is not as much trouble. I shouldn't say trouble for your young'uns, but whew, not as much running around for her, I'm sure. So some want to see my mixed media. Some want to see my Graham. Well, I did do my... All right, I think I'll set up my palettes because I've been putting this off for a long time. And I've got to stop putting it off. All right, for a moment, I've got to get... my Sharpie to label my... Oh, so where's my black Sharpie? Huh. All right, I'll use... That's my t-shirt one. I really don't want to use my t-shirt black. All right, I'll use the dark brown. It should show up. Probably will show up as blackish anyway. So, now these are not fusion palettes. These are Dessairs' version of the fusion palettes. So, I have to... oh, darn it. You can use toothpaste or you can use... Yeah. I found out that these need to be... Hold on. Maybe I have a flatter one that might work easier. One moment, please. Well, a t-shirt. Oh, so it's a fabric marker. Sorry. They're Sharpies that are fabric markers. It would have worked, but it's no need of wasting it on plastic. This might have been easier with toothpaste, but I don't think my toothpaste has the gritty stuff in it, so. Yeah, well, I think I need a new. I may have to wait on this. It's scratching it up. I don't know if it's scratching it up enough, though. I put my Shinhan gouache in one of these, and I learned the hard way that I should have scratched them up a bit. Because they didn't stay in. Sorry, so I started saying these are just like the Fusion palettes, but they are the Dessairs brand. Dessairs is a Canadian art store, and there's none here in Moncton. The closest one is Halifax, which is a 4-hour bus ride away. And like $125 return. So yeah, no, not going to Dessairs. Plus it's downtown Halifax. No parking. Yeah. So I just order online. And they're like half the price of the actual Fusion ones online. So yeah, they're the same. They're a little heavier. The plastic's different. They're a little heavier in weight, but it's not like I take them anywhere, so it's no big deal. But they have the nice big wells, which is what I like. I hate half pans or even full pans. I'm not a fan of full pans. No, they're here. I got them. Oh, they're here somewhere. Oh, I forgot about those. But I'm going to have to use them I don't want to transfer them. So I'm going to use them from the little set. Because I'll lose. If I try and transfer them out of there, I'll lose a lot. I need to buy, next time I'm in Walmart, I need to put some new nail files on my list because these are getting totally worn down. Not doing a very good job here. And I don't want to lose. Okay, I'm going to actually cut it in half. Because it's got better in the middle. It's got better grit in the middle. So by cutting it in half, I can use that better grit that's in the middle. Look at the chat. Oh yeah, they should. Oh yeah, watercolors will, Lena. I didn't sample them yet. Is that what I missed? Is that what I missed, Joycey? Oh, okay. Get the shine off them. Or at least to feel a little bit of a grit. That's what you want. A little bit of. At least in the other one, I only have to do the top row. I have like 44. Well, I don't have quite the 44. I have a few more I need to order from Curry's because I don't have neutral tint yet. I have neutral tint from Shin Han, which I had in my other M-gram palette that is almost empty. No, acrylic, yes. You have to worry about acrylic. Acrylic can break down and be ruined in the heat or the cold. If acrylic freezes, you're going to ruin it. It gets ruined, but not watercolor's not so bad. Bye, Devin. Nice to meet you. Come on back. Okay. And then in this one, I just need to do the top row. These ones will be mixes, so they'll... Oh, this is the top row, technically, because this is how I use them this way. So these do come out. Hey, Debbie. And we've got another storm coming tomorrow. It was supposed to be just snow. Now today they've changed it to snow, possibly rain, freezing rain, or freezing rain and ice pellets. It's like, yeah, really? 30 centimeters of snow and then ice pellets. Great. 30 centimeters is about, every 10 centimeters is 4 inches. So it's about a foot of snow. Oh, sorry. This one is just blotting here. I want to make sure I don't have any residue left in those. Actually, I should use a baby wipe. So what I'm doing is, this one I am putting in my neutrals, except for yellow ochre and my Quin Gold, which are kind of neutral yellows, neutralish yellows. They're going to go in my regular palette and my white. Oh, no, actually my titanium, yeah, my white gouache is going in here. And then in this one, I'm putting, because I didn't have enough room, this says 33 wells, so I didn't have enough room for one in one palette. So in this one, I'm putting my regular colors plus my white gouache. And what other one did I decide to put in here? Where did they go? My titanium white. Oh, totally messed that up. Titanium white opaque. Somehow raw sienna got printed on that, and it shouldn't have. Oops. So I'm going to put, so my titanium white, I'm going to put that on there. My Shinhan white gouache is going to go in with my neutrals. Now, the reason I did it that way is because this titanium white, the only time I ever use it is to pastel or lighten up a tint, is to tint my colors. I don't use it as a white. If I need a white, it's usually to add a sparkle somewhere that I messed up or whatever. I use my opaque, I use my Shinhan gouache. So this is my M gram colors. This is M gram It's neutrals and mixes. Bye, Kimberly. Oh, no, it doesn't come in a set of 33. There's 33 wells. The palette has 33 wells. Okay, let me get this out. Let me trim this down. Then I'll be ready to. This is just on very cheapo artist loft watercolor paper I had hanging around. Put it through my printer. Cut both of them at the same time. I probably won't do all of my wells online. I'll just show you how I kind of do it. Okay, so since I use my wells this way, right, when I'm taking paint out of them, so I'm going to make sure I fill them that way. Okay. So, and I used to have my old palette, I had kind of in a split primary color wheel kind of set up. So I had warm reds, cool reds, warm yellows, cool yellows. I had it set up kind of in a round and then with my neutrals on the edge and the inside. This time I'm just going to do it by the color designation in the same order that M. Graham has it on their color chart. So no, I already did my gouache. My gouache is already in, but I did not do my swatch for my gouache yet, so I may do that. We'll see. Anyway, for now, I'm going to fill up. So, yellows. Azo yellow, Aurelian, which is Aurelian. Hansa yellow deep, gamboge. I know that my gamboge is an older one, and the Aurelian Azo yellow is so this is my cool yellow. This is my warm yellow. Yellows. I also have Quinn Gold is a warm yellow as well. And I have to put Hansa Yellow Deep is kind of in between. Here's my orange. One moment. I think this is my Hansa Yellow Deep. What else is in here? Quinacridone red. Take that out. These are cute little boxes. So I'll be putting my colors back in there. So this is a good way better than storing them just in a plastic bag like this. Okay, so let me make sure I get my order right again. Azo yellow. Azo yellow. I always had palettes. I always had palettes like this. I just had to add more. I've always had fusion palettes. This is my old M. Graham. I have more to add, that's all. So I think I'm going to give this one to my niece. I may even give it to Till and Eliza. They love watercoloring so much. It's well used, but you know, I have more colors and I can't transfer it over because it's already dried in here. Is this my gouache one or is this an extra one? Here's my gouache. I have my gouache in a palette. See, they're falling out because I didn't scratch them. But I didn't Bye, Joan. Thanks a lot. I'm going to stop soon too, I think, because my voice is going. I'm just going to show a few of these. Joan has to go to sleep. She's in the UK, so it's like way past her bedtime. Here's my Shinhan paints. My Shinhan was really old, and most of them were empty. So I bought a new, it only had 20, it had fewer, it had 2 large wells here for mixing, so I had to buy one that had the 33. So these are my Shinhan paints. So I already did these ones with my new Shinhan colors, and I have exactly 33. But I don't have my opaque white in here, which is fine. I just when I need white, I just add a little wee bit in my wells. But yeah, no, I've always had palettes. I just needed to get more palettes because I got like quite a few new. I doubled my M. Graham colors. So I needed and I wanted them reordered in a different order. No, I'm not leaving yet. Not yet. I'm just saying I'm not going to be here a whole lot longer. We'll see. My voice is not. All right. Sorry, I was in the middle of taking the cover off this. And it's stuck. Oh, for goodness sakes, Jean, really? Oh. I've never had them stick like this on me. Just a moment. I don't know if I have my little grippy thing in here or not. I may have to see if I can find an elastic. It's hard to grip because it's so small. Where is my grippy thing? Oh, hold on. I know what I can use. Just a minute. I think I have a piece of. One moment. I'm trying to reach into my canvas. This is like grippy stuff from I'm going to try to get a piece that has quite a bit of the grippy stuff, so I'm cutting out a flower here. This is kind of that shelf liner. So let's see if this will grip it enough to open them. Oh, it's annoying. Otherwise, I'll have to go out in the kitchen and get my actual... There we go. That worked. I just needed something to grip it. Okay, so Aurelian, or my lemon yellow. All right, so Aurelian, Hansa Yellow Deep. It wasn't stuck because it's new. So it is also a cool yellow, but you can see it's a little deeper in color than the Aurelian. And Gamboge is warm. So you can see closer to orange, so it's a warm yellow. Green onion. Green onions are long, also called green onion. Scallions. Thank you. So Azo orange, cad orange. So Azo orange and cad orange. So there's my 3 yellows. Azo yellow, Hansa yellow deep, Gamboge. Azo orange, cad orange. Azo orange. Don't think I could do cauliflower crust pizza. I'm sure they taste great, but so this is cad orange. It has cadmium in it. It is not hue. Have to watch that. Quinacridone red, pyrrole red. This is my Quin red. Quinacridone red. Pyrrole red is my old one. And Quin rose, alizarin crimson. Okay. Pyrrole red. Pyrrole red. Just first. Okay, Quin red, pyrrole red. Quin rose is that one. I've got another red one here. Permanent alizarin crimson. Permanent alizarin crimson has a better light fast value than alizarin crimson. That is why I have that one. Okay, so Quin Red, Pile Red, Quin Rose, Quinacridone Rose, then Permanent Alizarin Crimson, Maroon Pyroline, that'll be Joyce's favorite color, Quinacridone Violet. So that's that row. The rest of this row, Quinacridone Red, starting with my Pyro Red. Oh, that one needs assistance. Quinacridone Rose. Hey, welcome back, Dr. Dot. I finished my flip, and now I'm filling new palettes with my older and newer colors of M. Graham. Permanent Alizarin Crimson. Oh, definitely needs assistance on that one. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Oh, phew. That took a little bit of twisting and trying not to totally deform my tube here. So, sorry, once again, this one is my Permanent Alizarin Crimson. My cool red. Maroon Pyroline, which is a very lovely color for shading reds. And then Quinacridone Violet, which is the beginning of my purples. I wanted to start my purples over here, but then I would have had not enough for my blues. So I was like, okay, we'll put my Quinacridone Violet up with the reds. I'd rather that than put a blue in with a green. So all right. Next row starts with ultramarine pink, cobalt violet, ultramarine violet, dioxazine purple. Okay, ultramarine pink is new. Ultramarine violet is new. Let's see. Where did it go? Okay, so ultramarine pink. I need ultramarine violet deep. That's anthraquinone. That's blue. I'll put that over there. We'll have to wait. All right. So, sorry. Cobalt violet, ultramarine violet deep. Oh, that's weird. Pretty sure that's not. Cobalt violet. I'm not a huge fan of the cobalt violet. It came in my cobalt combo that I got. It's not my favorite violet, it kind of seems a little lackluster. Okay, so ultramarine pink, cobalt violet, ultramarine violet deep, and dioxazine purple is in here. Dioxazine purple. Okay, so those are my next 4 purples. Ultramarine pink. Call it ultramarine pink, but it's a lovely. I'll show you it swatch. Hold on. Oh, for goodness sakes. I'll show you the swatch. There's the ultramarine pink, but it's a really lovely lilac. It looks like lilac to me. That's what our lilac flowers look like. Cobalt violet. I'll show you there's the cobalt violet. So it's just I don't know, it's just not as vibrant. Like, look at the quinacridone violet. Now, granted, you're not going to use that in the same situation. This is a warmer violet, so you're not going to use it in the same situation as you would a cobalt violet, but I much prefer the ultramarine violet deep. It just seems a little more luminescent, but I'll put it in my palette anyway, because you never know. Cobalt violet, kind of like how I felt the last week. Oh, my allergies are getting to me or what. But anyway, I just felt like bleh. Ultramarine violet deep. And I like dioxazine purple as well. Now, I don't have cobalt violet in any other paint. Like, I don't have it in my Shinhan. I probably didn't buy it in Shinhan. I don't even know if it's available in Shinhan, but because of what it's like in the M-gram, I wouldn't have bought it. There's my dioxazine purple. One moment, water. All right, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue. Now, cobalt blue is pretty. All right, ultramarine, cobalt. Gonna need that soon. That's my cobalt. Oh, cobalt teal. Yeah, that's lovely. Cobalt blue, cobalt teal are yummy. Ultramarine blue, cobalt blue. Cerulean. Oh, of course, I love cerulean. Cobalt blue is second. Ultramarine, I'm going to have to order another ultramarine because it's getting pretty low. I use a lot of ultramarine because I mix my grays using ultramarine. Cobalt blue, anthraquinone blue. That's this one. Cerulean Blue Deep, Phthalo Blue Red shade. Okay, so Cerulean Blue Deep, Phthalo Blue Red shade. Must be one of these boxes. Those are all greens. Oh, I thought my little ones from Lena, I thought I put them in there. Oh no. Now where did I put them? Gosh. Phthalo Blue Red shade. Turquoise. Okay, so hold on. Let's see what the order is here. Ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, anthraquinone blue, cerulean blue deep, phthalo blue red shade, cobalt teal, and turquoise. Okie dokie. All right. Bye, CB. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm hungry too, actually. I haven't eaten since my scrambled eggs at breakfast. Well, of course, it was at lunchtime, but anyway. Okay, so ultramarine blue. I have to order ultramarine. I have to order oops. I'm going to put a little more of the ultramarine blue in there. Because, like I said, I use a lot of it. So all I've got left in there is what you can what I'm going to have to cut the tube and clean out. So I need to order a new ultramarine. Cobalt blue. Cobalt blue is yummy. Cobalt blue is a nice color because it's kind of one of those colors that's in between warm and cool blue. So it's not really a warm blue, not really a cool blue. It's kind of in between your ultramarine cool blue, warm blue, and your cool cerulean blue. So it's kind of in between. This anthraquinone blue is really nice for shading blues. And for a deep blue that's not quite like a Payne's gray. Cerulean blue deep. Ouch. I like the deep rather than their light. It just has a little more oomph to it, and you can make it lighter by using more water. Oh my gosh. That one doesn't even want to open with my grippy thingy. I may have to leave that and go put this under cold water. Let's try with my right hand. See, you don't want to twist too hard and ruin. Okay. I need to leave a spot because that's going to need, I'll have to run that under hot water and hope that loosens it. I have a better grippy thing out in the kitchen. So I need to leave one empty. Phthalo siren. We call it phthalo blue red shade, but it's phthalocyrene is the full name. Cobalt teal. This one is a yummy color for like Caribbean blue seas and stuff. Oh, it's a yummy color. See the cobalt teal? And then their turquoise is a lovely, lovely, lovely darkening, yeah. Lovely combo with this cobalt teal and the turquoise. Turquoise, this is new, but it made it. There we go. Don't know what happened there. One moment, it's got some stuff separated. I need to mix it before it dries. Got some skewers here. Skewers. Oh, lost my garbage bag again. Off my drawer. Okay. That's all right. That separated a little bit, so it just needed mixed. So it doesn't dry separated. That's all. Glad I noticed it before it dried. Okay. And the turquoise. Oh, and you'll love the manganese blue too? Yeah, yeah. That's in your little set? It's strange. I was sure I put your little set in here. Now I have to go on a hunt. I know it's on my desk. Okay. Next. Phthalo green yellow shade. Let me get my greens out of the bag. Okay, sap green. Okay, one moment. I'm going to do a little switcheroo here. I'm going to take my neutrals out of the bag, and I think maybe I'm just going to put them all in the bag instead of putting them back in the boxes. Oh, great. Good. Didn't get any of that. Oh, the ink. Ink bag's easier. It's just easier to see all your colors. I just need to get a box, a plastic box to put the bag in so they don't get squooshed. I think I have some of those clear boxes left. I should anyway. Okay. Sorry. Sap green is near the end. Cobalt green. Cobalt green is the third one. Phthalo green, cobalt, permanent green. That's pale. All right. Phthalo green, yellow shade. As you can see, I love my greens. Oh no. Oh no. Permanent green pale. I thought I had permanent green. Oh, I doubled on a color. I thought I had permanent green light and I have permanent green pale. No wonder they look so close to the same. So I have permanent green pale. I don't have permanent green light. Well, dang it, Jean. All right, I've got 2 of those. That's all right. I'll probably use a lot of that paint. I should get my butt in gear and get some swatch sent to Nina, because she sent me a couple things. Cobalt green, permanent green light. Okay, permanent green pale, sap green, then olive green and azo green. Olive green and azo green. Okay. Is it the cobalt green that granulates? It does a little bit. This is on hot press paper, so it's not much granulated on the, but it does a little bit. I'm not sure. Okay, so phthalo green. Phthalo green yellow shade. Oh. I opened that green and it kind of crumbled over the, there we go. Cobalt green. I'm going to have an extra thing here, so I'm probably going to put I'm going to, in place of my permanent green light, I'm going to put my white gouache so that I have my white gouache in here instead of with my neutrals. So cobalt green next, because I don't think I need the permanent green pale and permanent green light. There is a fair difference in the color on the swatch chart, but oh, that's Shinhan. See, there's quite a bit of difference. There's a permanent green light, and this is the permanent green pale. But that permanent green light really just looks like a kind of a lighter shade of the cobalt green, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to leave that. Oh, this one needs a little bit of mixing too, my cobalt. And I poured out a little more of that than I intended to, but So I'm going to leave a slot and I'm going to put my Shinhan in there, white. This is a yummy green. This is more important than the permanent green pale. I would get the permanent green, the permanent green light I would get if I didn't have the cobalt. And then my sap green, which of course is one of my favorite greens. I know, right, Aromatica? Love my M grams. Olive green, very useful. You're doing foliage and leaves, foliage, grasses. Oh, Aromatica, you have to use what you have. What's the point of having them if you don't use them? And you're never going to learn if you don't use them. Azo green. This is a really cool color for, it's not necessarily one. You would find it in nature, maybe like in late fall, when your greens are kind of starting to die, but it's a yearly yellow. It's kind of it's really interesting green. Greeny yellow. See, when your green leaves are starting to die, actually it looks better than that printout, but it's kind of when your olive greens are kind of starting to die and turn yellow on you. Okay, so what's the rest in here? Okay, so my yellow ochre, my quinacridone gold, and my titanium white opaque. So nickel, quinacridone. I think yellow ochre was first, wasn't it? Yellow ochre. Oops. Oh, interesting. Lena, I need to do some really cool color mixing charts. I have so many colors, it would be a huge chart if I tried to do all of them, but yeah, it'd be nice to do all of them. So it's my yellow ochre. I really like the M Graham yellow ochre. And, well, I like all my, the only M Graham one that I'm not a huge fan of is the cobalt violet. And so this is nickel quinacridone. It can be used as a warm yellow. I do use it as a warm yellow, but it is kind of a neutralized yellow, which means it doesn't make, when you mix it with your blues, it doesn't always make a real greeny green. You know what I mean? It's kind of more of a neutralized green. All right, where did my white go? Oh, there it is. All right, so this is my titanium white opaque. And they say that it's opaque, but it is a watercolor. So it's not really opaque. Not like it's no way is it opaque like a gouache is. Basically, it tints your color. It's the only reason I have it in my palette, and I don't use it very often at all. Because I use my gouache. Actually, I'm going to use a new skewer for the white because yay, Aromatica. I don't have Prussian blue. I didn't buy Prussian blue because it doesn't have a very high light fast rating. Oh, for heaven's sakes, really? I've never had trouble opening my wash. Okay, so this is Shinhan wash. I always like to mix that just because it seems to kind of separate a little bit. So my gouache is going to go in this one where I didn't need that green one. Because I thought I had those two green ones and I don't. Yeah, Shauna, that's what I was just saying. That's why I don't have Prussian blue in my... When I go through, my paints have to have at least normal. They have to be at least average, like normal light fastness. So normal or high light fastness. That's why I don't have a Naples yellow in my palette either. If I want a Naples yellow, I can take my Cad yellow deep and I can add some Prussian, or I mean, I can add some, a little bit of yellow gouache to it. And yes, the yellow gouache doesn't have really, or white gouache, I mean, it doesn't have a really high light fastness to it, but no, I mean Hansa yellow. I don't mean Hansa yellow. With a little bit of white to get sort of a Naples more opaque yellow. And yes, the Shinhan has no light fastness on their gouache, so I'm not sure how light fast they are. They are watercolors, not acrylic gouache. But even so, even if it isn't light fast, you're still going to have the light, mostly the Hansa yellow, so you're going to have mostly light. Okay, sorry. All right, so this is my colors one. And I only have one row to add to my... So I don't need to have this one. So what I'm going to do is... Oops, I cut two instead of one. That's all right. Give me a permanent pen here. Shinhan gouache. And I'm just going to sorry about that. My little tape let go of my camera wire. So all I did was print it on. And I'm just going to take some double-sided tape wherever it is here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I need to get the paint off my fingers. Got a mess with my gouache. Good Joycey. All right, one moment. Lost one of my pieces of tape here because it had a fingerprint on it, so it wouldn't stick. All right. Permanent green light. I need to cut a little bit more off this. And this way. There we go. And I'm going to use I'll put my marker there. So it'll show how opaque it is. You'll see a huge difference. I'm going to swatch these between now and Thursday. I'm not going to do it on the show today. Because just about done for. Okay. And I do want to get, I don't have the sepia. I do want to get sepia. So there's a few colors on my wish list that I'm going to order from Curry's, which is another Canadian. It's interesting. Desserts sells my Shinahan and Curry's sells my, okay, so raw sienna. Transparent orange oxide. Raw sienna. Transparent orange. Wait now. Transparent orange iron oxide. Oh, love that one. Love that color. Transparent, oh, that's Terra Rose, love that too. Transparent red iron oxide. Burnt sienna. And Terra Rosa. Payne's Gray. Where's my burnt umber? Oh, there it is. Burnt umber. Okay, raw umber I want to get. I need to get raw umber. I want to get sepia neutral tint. And then that's my Payne's Gray. Okay. I have a Shinhan neutral tint, but I want to try the Payne's Gray to see how it compares. I don't use it very often because I usually mix my blacks. In here, I didn't type it in, but I am going to do my black, but I mix my black with ultramarine blue, and then sometimes I mix burnt umber with it, and sometimes I mix burnt sienna. So it makes the burnt sienna makes a warmer, no, which one's cooler? One's a warmer black and one's a cooler black. So sometimes I mix, so I'm going to do 2 of those, and I'm actually going to mix the tubes in here. I'm going to see. You excited about watercolor, Sharon? That is cool. You're about to cry? Oh, May. I'll see. I have my palette clean and ready. Still have to try and get this stupid cerulean opened. All right. so I need to get this out. Hello. Just a minute. I need my pokey tool. There's always one corner easier to get under than the others. Come on, really? Once you get it out the first time, it's always a little easier the next time. Hello, what are you doing? Why are you there we go. Just has to snap out. Snap out. I know. Cover my pokey tool. Cover my pokey tool. The burnt sienna and Payne's gray, I can mix raw umber. Oh, yeah, I suppose. Okay. Now, I don't have to wait for these to dry to swatch them. A lot of people use them. So, raw sienna. All right. I just want to make sure I have them in the right order because they kind of squished over here on me. Raw sienna. You can use your, it depends. If you're waiting for drying time, Sharon, if you want the watercolors to keep flowing, then yes, you have to wait for them to dry naturally. If you want them to keep blending, but if you want them to stop from blending and moving, then you can use your heat gun to dry. I mean, on when you're painting with them, that is. Obviously not in your palette, but yeah. Oh, gosh. I see that, Joycey. Transparent orange iron oxide. I love this. This is such a yummy neutral. Oh, it's very cool. Transparent red iron oxide. Haven't used this one yet. It's new. It looks awesome in the swatch, but we'll see. Burnt sienna. I mean, I often mix in my palette, but I want to mix black and have it already pre-mixed because I use it so much with my ultramarine and I should have left. Oh, okay. I'm going to leave my burnt sienna out. Oh, wait, now I'm opening my raw sienna. Oh, I didn't use my burnt sienna yet. Okay. I'm going to have to go searching for my, with my ultramarine. So burnt sienna I'm going to leave open because I want to mix. Oh, I wonder where my, I have a tube thingamabobby. I wonder where it is. So burnt sienna, Terra Rosa. Oh, that should open. It's new, but seem to. My fingers are so sore now from opening all these tubes. I can't even open the ones that aren't stuck. This is a lovely, like, brick red color. Terra Rosa. It's kind of like an English red, or what some companies call an English red, or some companies call like an Italian red. It's that kind of brick color. Oh. I didn't sand these ones that I'm going to do the mixes in, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. Look how red they are from. Oh. Does Neo 2 have a Payne's gray? It I don't. Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, Joycey. Okay. Okay, hold on. I've got Terra Rosa Burnt Umber. I use a fair amount of that. I use that more than the Burnt Sienna. Payne's Gray is second from the end. So I've got these three colors I want to order. Raw Sienna, or Raw Umber Sepia, and my neutral tint. And I don't need to have my okay, it's my Payne's Gray. So there's my colors. Just a second though. Let me see if I can get this cerulean open or not. Oh, it is not going to open. Whew. It doesn't look like it's on like cross-threaded or anything. See if I can crack that. It's the honey. See, these have honey in them, so it's sticking good. My quinacridone red with my burnt sienna, you'll get the missing sepia. Well, remind me that on Thursday, Lena, and I can do some mixing on Thursday. How about that? Remember those one color combos you gave me? And we'll test that out on Thursday. Oh, shoot. That cerulean is not opening. It is not. Okay, that's going to need some. Oh, and my jar opener is not going to work because it's too. I'm going to try something. Let me try something. That's too. Let me try. Is that? Oh, I don't know where my. I was wondering if I. Okay. Oh, let me try these. I have one of these. This is my hot mitt. Let me see if this is a little grippier. No, I don't think so. The silicone just slides on it. Okay, so I'm going to do color mixing on Thursday. I don't have time right now. But I will do these color swatches really quickly. Okay, I'll do this nice little angle brush. All right. So I'm barely going to kind of like barely dip into the edge of this because it's still wet. And I want a pretty decent kind of like, for my color swatches, I want kind of their main, what's it called? Their tone, mass tone. Doesn't matter to me how much it lightens up. I can figure that out. I basically want the mass tone color on my swatch, but that's not going to work because, all right, I need to use a round brush. All right. My size 10. All right, hold on. I'm still going to have to do some in my little palette here because it's not going to come out right if you just use it straight off the, I can never get it to work right straight off the, oh, there we go. I guess I can. As long as you have enough water in your brush, I guess. So raw sienna. And I'm not necessarily going for neat here either. Transparent orange iron oxide. Love this color. It is similar to the raw sienna, but a little more vibrant. Hey, Linda. Transparent red iron oxide. Ooh, this one is lovely. This is my mimic brush. So this is like a lovely terracotta color. Terracotta is one of my 3 favorite colors. I love this color. And I know I can mix colors, but I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I kind of like, I love mixing, but I do also like convenience colors. Oops, sorry. I'm just trying to get color better. It seems to be a little faded out for some reason. There, and then let's add some. There, that's a little better. That's truer colors there. That's more true colors. Okay. Next is the burnt sienna. And I'm just putting a teeny tiny bit on the tip of my brush and still have more than enough. And I've gotten new towels here to use with my watercolor paint brushes because I was told I should use softer, chamois like towels to help protect my brush hairs, which makes so much sense. So they had like 2 in a package of these microfiber, not chamois, microfiber towels. So, all right, next up is this Terra Rosa, which is a very pretty neutralized red, like a brick red. And that's going to be too much, but picked up way too much. So I'm wetting my brush, and then I'm going to spread it. Yeah, lovely color. And then burnt umber. Oops, didn't have enough water on my brush. So I'm going to start that again. Now too much paint. So I'm just and then Payne's Gray. Oop. All right. Bye, Shauna. Get some good rest there. Don't want that headache coming back. All right. So I'm going to do my mixes on Thursday. I think I'll paint something too, but I'll do some mixing charts. I'm going to try and create a mixing chart that I can somehow put all of these on one chart. It's not dry yet, so I don't want to put it in until it's dry. Oh, and I do want to swatch my wash colors. Okay, Azo Yellow. I did this a few weeks ago when I got my new ones. I did the swatch chart with all of them, but just not in the my palette order. And if you want to see how opaque they all are, you can put a line on all of them, but that isn't really, that doesn't affect my paintings. I go more by color rather than whether they're transparent or not, more transparent or less transparent. Most of mine are transparent or semi-transparent anyway. Now, it might be hard for you guys to see the difference between the Azo and the Hansa Yellow Deep, but this is more, has more depth, all right, than the Azo Yellow. But if I want glow in my oranges, my reds, my greens, when I'm painting glass, I have not, I've been using, you want to use your cool yellow, all right, with greens, reds, yellows, oranges to get glow on glass, to kind of get that transparent look in glass. I have, because my Hansa Yellow Deep is new to me, I don't know which of those two is better. So I'm going to have to do some tests with that since my Hansa Yellow, since it's new. But the Hansa Yellow Deep it's more vibrant. It has more depth. Okay. But I haven't used it yet in a painting. So I know which ones of these are new to me that I'm going to have to start using so I can see how they work with or in place of my colors that I've been using all along. Gamboge, I love this. It's a lovely warm yellow. Now in this one, I am going to do the mass tone and the more thinned out one because there's a lot of difference. In the yellow, there's a lot of difference between the mass tone and then the thinned out color. Most of the colors, it doesn't bother me. I don't need to know but with that yellow, I like to remind myself of the difference. I don't know if that's a bubble or if it's just a shadow there or something not mixed in. Huh. I think it's just a shadow. One moment. I need to start again with that orange. All right. So my Azo orange. Which is a lovely kind of yellow orange. Then the cad orange is more like your true orange, I guess. Okay, you can see the difference in those two, I hope. Yeah. Oh, cool, Linda. I have a few core. Yeah. Okay. So quinacridone red, this is new to me, so I haven't used it much, but it is a kind of a, you'll see. If you want that sort of, now obviously it's not as vibrant as opera pink is, because opera pink is almost fluorescent. It's not fluorescent pink, it's warmer than that. But opera pink is very poor light fastness. Okay. So if you want something with a lovely, vibrant pink color, I'm going to go on with another layer here. This is a good shading color. I think it's the Quin. I got mixed up. I think it's the Quin Rose that's your opera. I'll have to see. It's closer to opera. One moment, please. Pyrrole red. This is a lovely warm red. It's just their quinacridone. Permanent alizarin crimson is just so to die for. I just love this color. I need a baby wipe because I just accidentally put some of that near my quinacridone rose and I don't want to get it mixed up. There we go. Clean that up. Okay. Next up, okay, maroon purline. This is going to be Joycey's favorite. This is a very nice shading red. So far, just the quinacridone rose and my gamboge. And this one I am going to do kind of a, oh, that started to dry already. Get a little more out of that. There we go. Maroon purline. Quinacridone violet. Of course, all your quinacridones are going to be lovely and vibrant, right? Yeah, I know, Joycey, right? I knew you'd like that maroon. I know, Joycey. I know, Joycey. But that quinacridone violet is a wonderful kind of almost almost a neutralized kind of purple. Lovely color. Okay. Next up, ultramarine pink. And like I said when I was showing it, to me, it's more like a lilac than a pink. So don't let the name fool you. Yeah, it would be like a carpote mode. Yeah, it's probably the same. I don't know my I do not know my pigment numbers yet well enough to know for sure. Oops, I got a drop of water there, and you can see that I'm using cheap ink in my printer. So it is running dye. If I use the Epson ink, it doesn't run. It wouldn't run like that, but I am using a cheap ink where I can get 7 cartridges for $3 more than my 1 cartridge in the Epson. So for me, for the most part, I don't need them to be permanent normally. So Cobalt Violet is next. So this is the one that I find is not as vibrant as I would like, but maybe that's just the cobalt part of it. I don't know. But the Cobalt Blue is so vibrant, so I don't know why Cobalt Violet isn't. I think it's just because it's a blue purple. It's just not, it's kind of stuck in between because it's a cooler purple. I know, right? The reds are so yummy. But I love the Pyro red is a really nice red too. But yeah, permanent alizarin, yeah. Okay, next up, ultramarine violet. These are already starting to kind of set up. So that's nice. See, it's kind of a similar hue. There is enough difference to have both of them in there. But this one is just so much more vibrant than this one. Even not just on this swatch page, you can see, and like this one, how much more vibrant, how much more of that. And I guess this one must be a little more opaque, and maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe it's a little more opaque. Might be semi-transparent instead of transparent, and that's why it's not as vibrant. I can't remember I don't have its opacity written down. And dioxazine purple, which I love. Make sure I grab the right one here. See, that's my favorite. That's my favorite purple. Dioxazine. The ultramarine purple would be my second. All right. Remember that for Thursday, Joycey. Remember that for Thursday. She wants me to mix cobalt and the purely maroon and see what that would do. Remember mixes. I'm going to play around with some mixes on Thursday. So ultramarine blue, which of course, yeah, to die for. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, after I cleaned my brush, I forgot to wet it. So I cleaned it, wiped it on my, keep doing that. And then forgot to go back into the water, and it's starting to set up. So it needs a little bit more water in my brush. There we go. Oh, way too much, Jean. Sorry, I still grabbed a little bit too much on my brush, so I need to go back in with a clean, damp brush here. There we go. I mean, how could you not love that? Oh. And cobalt blue is next. Oh no, that's cobalt. How did I do? Oh, that annoys me. I knew that's why it was. I was like, that's not ultramarine. All right, one moment, please. Quick fix. One moment, I need to dry this with my hair dryer. Oh, my heat gun's not turned in. So I'm going to use my hair dryer. Earphones, watch out. Night, Aromatica. I just have a few more to swatch here. I wasn't going to do this tonight. I was going to stop because I'm hungry, but oh, well, you know, what can you do? That's still not quite dry. It's not going to, the tape won't stick if it's not completely dry. Hair dryer. I knew when I looked at that in the silly palette that it wasn't ultramarine. It's like, hello, Jean. How dumb are you? I need to make it a little wider because I messed up. All right. There's my double-sided tape. Corned beef. Yeah, not sure. I think I'm just going to throw a salad together. I've got a salad kit in the fridge. Throw some chicken in with it, and we'll call it done. All right, let's try this again. While I have this ultramarine or this cobalt ready to go, I'm going to put it in its spot. Cobalt blue, which is that yummy blue that I painted by accident in the ultramarine spot. All right. And throw quinone blue. Just a lovely dark. This one is a lovely replacement for Prussian blue, the anthraquinone. It's more light fast than Prussian blue, similar tone, and a little more vibrant, I find. My cerulean blue, I have to get the cover off that. Phthalo blue red shade. This is new to me. Love this color. Getting close to like a marine blue there. Oops, sorry, it's got not quite a marine blue, but almost. Once it dries, you'll see it a little. Love that color. Of course, the next one I love too, cobalt teal. This is a to die for Caribbean Sea color. And it works lovely with the turquoise. That is like just such a yummy color. The turquoise, it's new to me. Yes, you can. Can definitely get single tubes. These two are fabulous together. The turquoise shades, the cobalt teal, really nice. All right, so next up is the phthalo green. Now, this is a lovely green. It is not a green you're going to see in nature necessarily as a color itself. But you know me and greens, I will find a way to use it because that is a yummy color. Phthalo green yellow shade. This is a lovely color. Of course, this like phthalo green is similar to your Viridian. Not exactly the same, but similar. Yeah, I ordered mine all singles, individuals. I started with 10. Melody sent me a gift card for Amazon to start with for my first 10 set of M-grams, and then I've just added to them as I go. So cobalt green, like the cobalt violet, the cobalt green is it's not as vibrant. It's not as yummy as the cobalt blue is, let's just say. It's nice, but it's not my favorite green to use. But it's not bad. All right, so now I want to make sure I'm really clean here because I'm going to do my white. So this is my white gouache by Shinhan. So this I use if I need a nice white, especially if I mess up and forget to use masking fluid on a white spot, Or sometimes you actually need your white to be whiter than your paper if you're not using a bright white watercolor paper. So sometimes I need to use this. I'm just going to leave some of that there so you can, once it dries, it's not quite, you do, it's going to dry a little bit. You're going to see a little bit of that line through it when it dries, but and you have to be careful after you use gouache. It's harder to mix out of your brush than paint, than the regular watercolor, just because it's opaque. All right. Permanent green pale. So this is that lovely kind of bright green that I will use as my first layer on a grass area. For brightness. Sap green obviously is a staple, a must-have. Sap green permanent. Olive green. This is new to me, but because I used to just use my sap green with a little burnt umber to make my olive, but this olive is really lovely. And sometimes I'm, don't want to always mix. Hold on, I'm just picking up. I should have used a smaller brush because I'm picking up so much color. And then the azo green. I think of azo green kind of as an olive too, but it's like your yellowish olive. Their olive green is like the brownish green, like I used to mix, adding burnt umber to my sap. But the azo green is sort of an olive as well, but it's like that yellowy olive color. That's how I think of the azo green. And my yellow ochre. Which is your neutral yellow. It's a warm yellow, but you're not going to want to use it to mix oranges or greens. All right, and then nickel quin. Oh, I love this. Nickel quinacridone gold. This is so yummy. Oh, sorry, didn't get that very well picked up. Let me try that again. Sorry, they're starting to dry, so it's like not getting them picked up very well. There we go. I picked up too much color, so now I've got to break it down so that you see the actual color. There we go. So vibrant, so transparent. I probably use that more often than I use yellow ochre now because I just love it. Okay, so, and then my white. So this is the titanium white. So this is watercolor. It is not gouache. Mostly for tinting other colors. There we go, folks. I'm going to go eat. I was going to make chicken soup, but now I'm too lazy. So it wouldn't take very long in the pressure cooker. Maybe I'll leave that for tomorrow. Oh, I know, right, Lena? Nickel quinacridone gold. It's just like, look at that color. Look at that color. It's just, yeah, I know, right, Lena? So thanks everyone for coming. Glad I got those swatched finally, ready to go. Do some mixing and some painting on Thursday. I think maybe I've kind of got myself ready to use them now that I've got them swatched. So, yay! So I've done lots of painting with these, with some of these. So like half were new, half were ones I've been painting with for over a year now. For about a year, I should say, because I had my Shinhan for about two years, almost 2 years, and that for 3 years. Painted with them, my Shinhan for about year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half I painted with my Shinhan, and then the last year I've had my M Graham. So yeah. Thanks everyone. Oh no, I've got to find my, oh, right. Hold on, I gotta make my window large again because my